Compton in LA, also the home of their rival gang, the Crips. Suge Knight was born and grew up in this area, the area of the mob PIRUs. It was in this street that he played as a kid. He said he used to see bodies in the alley on his way home, and one has to ask how growing up in Compton affected Suge Knight.
See you later.
This is Reggie Wright Sr., Chief Gangs Officer. He said the gang warfare in Compton was so intense, he'd witnessed the genocide of almost an entire generation.
My mother's bedridden. I had to come in here and say hi to my sister and keep up with her.
Reggie was the most cheerful gang officer we'd ever met.
So you said the mob started here? It was.
Well, actually, this house right here, to my right, is one of the leaders of it. Used to live. These kids, these are the good guys on the street. They don't get in any trouble, right, guys? Turn your butt right. I act like you don't want to be seen. Any other time, you right out here, right out in the front. Let them see what the good guys look like from the neighborhood. How you doing, man? All right. These are some of the kids that live over here. But quite frankly, the guy in the yellow, his dad is one of the original Mile PIRUs. And matter of fact, his dad was present that night at the casino when they had that incident. Because he worked with Suge when the McDonald's. So.
Tupac's murder caused massive gang warfare in Compton between the PIRUs and the Crips. The death row explanation of events was that Biggie and Bad Boy were aligned with the Crips, whereas Suge Knight, Tupac, and Death Row were with the PIRUs. Gang loyalty is the most important thing in Compton. To be called a snitch is to be as good as dead.
Suge Knight lived over this area here, over on this side of town. He never really claimed any particular gang or something because he was into football at the time and going up. But the guys he grew up with, and the gangster type guys, are guys from this mob area over here. And naturally, when he got into his business and started the Death Row label, a lot of those guys wanted jobs from him and wanted to identify with him. And he hired them to work along with him. Tupac, when he became part of Death Row, a lot of the guys that were doing work with Death Row or more or less part of the Death Row entourage came from this area here. So naturally, when Tupac was killed, these guys, took offense to that. And that's when we had the retaliation.
After Tupac's murder, there were over 20 shootings in Compton over a 10-day period between the PIRUs associated with Death Row and the Crips. There's no evidence that the Crips were working with Biggie and Bad Boy at the time of Tupac's murder. The so-called gang war is regarded by Hackey and ex-detective Paul as being used to take attention away from Suge Knight's involvement in Tupac and Biggie's murder. Reggie Jr. is the son of Reggie Sr., who we'd so much admired and interviewed in Compton. Reggie Jr. had followed in his father's footsteps and also became a police officer before running Death Row. I had served as Compton police officers together.
If Reggie and I ever met one-on-one, I think it would probably be who's going to draw first.
The other unfortunate thing was that Reggie didn't seem to be a great fan of my films.
Because I don't want none of this Heidi Fight bullshit tape that you did.
Oh, okay.